Hi guys, I'm ExactChaos and welcome back to another episode of Workers and Resources Soviet Republic. We are cruising along nicely. What I've done in between episodes, I've played a little and just made sure all my setups are correct and so on. So I am actually at the moment, I'm exporting a little bit of cement to there. I'm exporting a little bit of steel to here to try and get our stuff up and running. We finished off construction over here of the fire department, so things are okay. Where is this building fire? Show me. Oh no, that is pretty far away. Oh, these guys are on the way. We've got 4 firefighters making their way over there. Is the other side doing the same thing or not? No, they're not. So only the closest respond. I've just kind of realized that I don't actually have an ambulance. So let's get ourselves a little bit of an ambulance over here as well. So at least we can go and pick up some patients should we have to. Okay, we need to sort out our economy. At the moment, we are exporting a fair bit. Well, it's a new month, so it's still fairly close, but we are spending a lot. And if we look at what we are importing from the Soviets, we are importing a lot of coal. The rest is fairly manageable, but coal is running pretty quickly because also we are now exporting a little bit of stuff to them as well. So what I'm thinking, and in terms of workers, we don't have that much. So what we'll do is we'll keep building some stuff. So we've got a bit of a construction site going on over here. We are, however, waiting for boards and bricks to be delivered. So I'm assuming that will slowly start happening. Okay, and over here, what kind of vehicles do we have? Do we have a crane? I don't even know. Prefab panels. Prefab panels is something we could also kind of consider doing. But for the moment... Oh, the ambulance is actually doing a little bit of work. This is going to bring in a patient. Probably should. Yeah, there is a patient over there. So the ambulance is doing its job. Good stuff. I'm not sure why the construction here has kind of gone to a halt. Are we doing some construction over here? This site is busy with 0 constructions whatsoever. So let's have a quick look at what we've got going on in terms of our supply chains. I believe on this side, what we could do is we could start working on a radio station. So what does a radio station actually require to be built? Well, first things first, I believe this spot over here could be our spot. So let's, no, guys, I don't want to be spending money on direct construction. This like so is the construction of the radio station. So the radio station is going to come in here. Okay, there's a lot of stuff it needs: concrete, gravel, asphalt, tons of workers, all these kind of stuff. In the end, we will be able to build this entire thing. It'll just take a hell of a lot of time. What I'll do is I'll be sure to actually construct this piece with cash to make sure that construction of the radio station can occur. Right? Yes. So the radio station is actually going to start. I'm not going to buy it. I'm going to let these workers start building it. Okay, so that's going to take a lot of time to construct, so I'll leave that be. On the other hand, we've got to start bringing in more cash in terms of imports. So what I'm doing actually is I'm actually starting to import some some crops to make sure that my alcohol production maintains its efficiency, and we still just have the one truck that's going back and forth. So that's the one thing. These guys are all kind of constantly going, so we have a fair bit of crops going on at the moment. We could start producing our own food, which is something that I will consider. This construction is going on. We're bringing in our boards and steel, and here's the bricks now, so really the construction over here will continue. What I need to do is, I think I'm going to sell this tower crane. Okay, let's sell that vehicle. Yes, and what I want to do is bring in a road crane. So shall we buy a road crane? Something fairly basic though. Yeah, I'm just gonna purchase that road crane, so that at least there's a road crane that can go out there and help the construction. I believe a road crane, yeah, will go out there and go and help them. Okay, the next thing that I'm keen on doing is actually going in here, having a look, and actually saying, guys, what we could do is we can actually go into the meat industry or into the food industry, into one of these other industries. What else can we do? I don't want to go into the necessarily what various industries. Clothing factory requires crops and chemicals, and fairly low amounts. So I'm actually quite tempted to start a fabric factory over here, and what we'll do is we can export fabric. I just need us to get our cash flow up and running. So in terms of fabrics, what does that actually bring us? If I can find it. That is pretty pricey, right? So if we bring in fabrics, chemicals are expensive, but we use so little. How much do we use? Half a ton of chemicals and 20 tons of crops gives us 5 tons of fabric. So I think it does feel like that is worthwhile. Alternatively, we can start doing this. Steel. We can make our own mechanical products from steel. That sounds... Why can't we build this? We need to do engineering research. So potentially the other thing we need to do is actually start working on... We are waiting stuff to be delivered over here. Okay, so we need to start working on a university at some point as well. Okay, so we can't just jump straight into there. But what we can do is we can do a fabric factory, and we can then do a clothing factory. So potentially a fabric factory occurs over here. Let's see what is a clothing factory. So we can actually kind of link them all up together right next to each other over here. So let's start the journey with a fabric factory. And this one, I may very well decide to build that outright. Yeah, we don't have these mechanical components, but we have everything else. So shall I actually start construction? I don't think that'll actually work. That is pretty pricey, but I think it's going to be worth it. Let's just build it. I know it kind of goes against what we're trying to achieve, but we will do so nonetheless. So I'll see once that's finished who can actually walk in this direction. I do want us to get these other things done a little quicker. What are we missing? We're missing bricks. Guys, where are my bricks? Certainly there needs to be some bricks on its way here right now. right? Yeah, here it comes. Pretty slow though. They don't even tell you where it's going, but I have a good idea where it's going. So the bricks are on their way. But yeah, it's kind of standing still, doing nothing. And now all of these vehicles are kind of waiting on each other. That's fine. How's our crops looking? Yeah, our crops are pretty decent. And as long as there's workers here, we should be filling up this guy. So he should be filled up pretty quickly, and then that should maintain our stuff. Okay, so this is on the way. We've got actually like we have missing crops and missing chemicals. What I'm interested in doing is actually maybe getting some chemicals. That is pretty pricey stuff. Let's get it with rubles instead. Yeah, that's much better. So we're gonna give ourselves, we only get up to 3. We're gonna want to do that. And we're also gonna want to do this. No, we're not gonna want to do this. So let's make sure we get some chemicals in there. I am gonna want a nice a couple of big trucks that's gonna bring us some covered hull. Is gonna bring us crops. Yes, I want a couple of big ones. 8 tons, 9.6 tons, but I want them to go quicker. 87, 80, 87. That's a little bit more though. 88 over here, and that's 10 tons of crops. Oh no, that's not 88. 88 over there is 8 tons. That's not bad. That one's not bad. What else do we have over here? 9.6 tons of crops and 70 Ks an hour, 90 Ks an hour, and no, that's definitely not what we want. No, none of those work. Something like that is actually pretty good. Yeah. 2 of them, please. Thank you very much. So what we'll do is we'll say, over here, buddy, grab us some of that and then bring it over here. We want you to wait until you're full, and you're only going to grab crops for us. And then over here, do the same and unload everything. This one's going to do the same thing. It's going to come over here, it's going to grab some crops, and it's going to drop it off over there. So let's just untick all of this. We'll wait until we're full. Over there, we're going to wait until we've unloaded everything, and yeah, get going. So we're going to bring some crops in. We've already got the chemicals over here. The other thing that I'm keen on doing is maybe linking these 2 roads up over there. That's pretty good, and we will actually purchase that piece of road. Over here, what's happening? So gravel is starting to be dropped off. We are obviously still waiting for a fair bit of other things. There's some other stuff coming, making their way over here, concrete and asphalt as well. That's been built. Okay, now I believe we have power. We do not have power. We do have power, and we've got a fair few people can actually get there. Is this construction underway? We're actually still waiting on steel and boards. Boards are making their way over here as we speak. And this will take ages to do. So we're slowly starting to see. So we've got some gravel over here. I think there's concrete arriving now. 1/2 ton only, which is painful. There's some more coming in. And there's some more kind of asphalt or something coming in as well. 1/2 ton of concrete. Can you believe it? That's bringing in some more, I would hope. Nothing. So why are you even here? What are you doing? Wasting my time. At least you should have something. 7 tons of gravel. It'll take us ages to get all of that in place. Hopefully the asphalt and stuff is on their way as well. My goodness. So yes, your own construction takes quite a bit of time. We're gonna see some of this happen. Crops is being unloaded, and so for the first time we are actually producing some fabric. So what we'll do is we'll just let that go and we'll produce some fabric, and then hopefully we'll move that onto clothing. So if we go over here, the clothing industry is saying it needs fabric only and some workers. So what I'm thinking we need to do is either this, which is not going to work, or what we'll do is we will do something like that. There we go. That's in place. We're going to purchase this building outright. Shall we purchase it? No, it's too expensive to purchase it using dollars. And now we've messed up again, because what I wanted to do is make sure that these things can actually tie in over there. Luckily they can. And I also want to make sure that we do give ourselves a little bit of a road connection, and let's not do it right there. Let's bring it in a little closer. Something like that. Let's tie these up there. Okay, well, okay, and let's get all of that built. So there you go. Now a fair bit of that's underway. What we'll also do is we'll get these things built. And the idea is to get to a place where we no longer need to do all of this kind of construction stuff. But what I'm keen on doing is actually kind of, if I do a little bit of that. Okay, that should do the trick. What we'll do is we'll run a little bit through there and through there as well. We'll make sure we tie in a few of these things, and then we'll finish this off. So hopefully we'll get some people over here as well. Probably need a few more housing developments over here. So we're waiting on a bit of steel to be delivered, and then hopefully this thing will finish off construction. Over here we are producing fabric, and over here we are waiting on workers, but fabric is available to start producing clothes, and there is power as well. So we'll get this to start running. Potentially what we could do is we could squeeze in a little bit more of a brick building over here. That's 110. So yeah, we can start by doing that. What I'll do is I will construct this piece, and at the same time I will also grab a walkway up there. Let's cancel that piece. We will do a little something like that. So we'll tie this in over here, we'll tie that in over there, and that in like so. This one will go over here. Great stuff. Let's finish off building all of that. So now this can start construction as well. This is just kind of easing along. We still need workers over here before this can actually do anything. Let's drop our production over here to, say, yeah, something like 35 is probably okay. At the same time we'll drop the production here to also around, maybe around 30, and see how that goes. What's going on in terms of construction over here? We're still waiting on some steel to arrive here. There's some steel coming in right over here. The crop trucks are a bit of an issue. it would seem. So we are improving our areas over here. We're doing a fair bit of construction. We've got another industry that's popping up over here, which is pretty awesome. I'm quite keen on getting that to work. Let's have a quick look in terms of walkway. Okay, let's build some more of these pathways over here to make sure all of that is happening. We're seeing a ton of this getting in. So this guy is obviously just going to be parked here until they can actually make use of this. And so there's a fair bit of clothes coming in, but we are in desperate need of some more people to come and work there. I'm pretty much hoping that this will finish off pretty soon once this steel has arrived. Excellent. There's the steel. Now we'll just finish this thing off. So we'll see that construction moves on to the next one pretty quickly, I think. Excellent. That is looking pretty good. So we spent a fair bit of money, so I'm not thinking we're going to be profitable, but I really need us to get this number to go up. That is pretty pricey. What are we spending this money on? Steel. So the buildings that we've built outright has been costing us a lot of money. Chemicals, we're buying chemicals and it's pretty pricey as well. Bricks, steel, coal is just something that's going to continuously come in. We can go for a food factory to make use of some of the crops that's coming in, but I would like that to actually oh, excellent, this is done. Perfect. So people can start moving in straight away. Are they going to work these places? I believe they are. Okay. Nice. Things are actually looking up for us over here. So now construction is probably moving on to this site over here. Yes, so the brick flats are coming in. Yeah, here comes the excavator. Unfortunately, the ambulance is stuck behind the excavator, which is obviously not a good thing. But people are working there, and people are starting to work here. So our production of clothes, I believe, will start happening. We're pretty close to the border, so just a small truck is going to be enough to sort that out. What is the price actively of clothing? Clothes being sold is a pretty good idea. 1,500 for selling clothes. That is pretty much as expensive as anything else that we would like to sell to the Soviet bloc. Chemicals are a little bit more expensive, but anyway, I believe that is probably a good sign either way. We're producing fabrics, and now we are producing clothes. We just need a little bit more workers over here to be able to do that. So hopefully we'll get more people to come out and work there. The construction is underway over here, but we are awaiting a ton more resources to actually get that in. The town is pretty busy. The town of Chaosgrad is really pretty busy. Over here, what are we seeing? So concrete, we're awaiting some more concrete to arrive over here. We've got gravel, and asphalt as well is missing. So concrete and asphalt we need some more of. This is gravel coming in. And more gravel. Anybody else bringing anything of note to us? More gravel being loaded for a variety of reasons. There's a cement truck over there that's doing very little. Do we have enough vehicles on this one? It's kind of that all just bringing in gravel. How do we transport asphalt? Let's pop in over here. So I think there's like 2 trucks here that's not actually doing anything. And you can bring wood and steel and stuff like that, and same here. We need more dumper trucks, right? So we've got these 4 little dumper trucks running up and down, and open hull is not doing anything. So the dumper trucks are actually just running asphalt instead of anything. I mean, just running gravel instead of anything else. But what we could do is we've got one more slot left, so let's just kind of purchase an extra one, an extra dumper truck, something that's pretty sizable actually. Yeah, we'll grab that extra one over there, and then it can start running those loads as well. We need lots and lots more trucks to be doing those deliveries. Over here, are we starting to see some stuff? We have some gravel over here. We're waiting on concrete and asphalt, so hopefully that'll arrive pretty soon. Do we have concrete being... I don't see, where are our trucks? Why aren't they actually doing anything? Because there's nothing going on over here. Well, let's just get our priorities up a little bit more. Why aren't we seeing anybody going to these spaces? Are we out of workers? Is that the case? We've got 18 unemployed, so I don't quite get why it's struggling so much. There's not a lot of workers waiting here though. There's a lot of people, students and things like that, but in terms of workers, the bulk of them are actually working over here. So what I'm keen on doing, let's see, is there some workers hanging out over here? There are, in fact. So what I'll do is I'll purchase an extra bus. That's just this guy over there. I don't mind that. And then what we'll do is we'll say, you're popping in over here, and your next stop is over there. And we don't want students and things, we just want workers. So let's try and at least do as much as we can. Okay, and we're nearing the end of this episode. How's this going? Really, it's not going. Why are it is happening. It's just extremely slow due to the fact that we've got like 2 workers over here. What are you? You're running crops, huh? Still going for the gravel, and I believe that's a flaw. The fact that you're constantly running gravel until you're getting all of your gravel here, I feel is a problem. You should be running everything. You should be running bits of gravel and bits of concrete and bits of asphalt all at the same time, otherwise you are struggling. Anyway, question is, can we get 2? Well, we don't have 2 sites that can work together to construct that area. Okay, well, anyway, it's cost us a fair bit of money, and I'm truly worried about the rate at which we're losing the rules at the moment. I must say there is a lot of ambulance action happening. Luckily, we do have an ambulance. Lots of stuff. So let's have a quick look. What's going on? We have 1 death. We have 0 escapes. The population... Is the population slowly growing? The birth rate is dropping. No immigration. Deaths also dropping a little bit. Lots of action going on over here. We've got radios. No education. Does this mean... Anyway, we need... What is this? Government loyalty is actually going up, to be honest. We just need to sort out this cultural enjoyment and make sure that our alcohol addiction doesn't go up too much. But it's looking pretty good, actually. Fair bit of fabric going on. All we need to do is make sure that we actually get some clothes produced, which I feel is not really happening. It's extremely slow in terms of producing these clothes. So we need some more workers over there. Could actually squeeze in an extra building somewhere over here as well. I'm glad this one has done its trick and got some stuff going on. We've got 0 uneducated people working here. Basic education for everybody. The question is, what does basic education mean? Does that mean they are workers, or does that mean something else? Yeah. I do not know. But anyway, the productivity is pretty good. So people are quite happy at the moment. In terms of exports, are we exporting a little bit? Oh, it's in February now and we haven't started exporting absolutely anything. This time around we can actually have a look if we're not building anything else outright. Still a lot of gravel coming in all the time, and we still just got tons of gravel that needs to come in. The workers aren't doing anything, so to have the workers around is probably just a waste of workers. The other thing I wanted to check is if I have people working the concrete, and this asphalt is not being worked, but concrete at least is now being worked. Well, that helps. Hopefully we can get a little bit more going on over here as well. Asphalt still needs a worker over here at least. Oh, actually cement is out. That's quite interesting. Even a single worker can allow us to do the concrete thing. Can we actually get a worker over here, please? How many workers? 0 workers going into this. This is an important place. I don't understand. So if we say we're going from here and we want you to come over here, we can't actually specify how much. There are a fair bit of workers there. Can I kind of say that we want one of these lower worker places? Lots of workers everywhere. These places are pretty full. If I say, can I say you, my friend, need to go over here? Can't even say that. It just doesn't work. Outright doesn't work. At least we're seeing some other stuff popping in here now. So we've got some concrete arriving. I still need us to actually work the asphalt though. Come on buddies, work the asphalt. These guys are coming in to pick up concrete over here. I'm worried. We don't have any workers coming in. Where are you going? Chaosgrad, and you just... Are you the Chaosgrad bus platform? No, you're bus platform 2. Anyway, workers are transitioning from the one to the other. You're filling up with concrete too. And there's another one that's filling up. We're going to fill up with concrete over here. So at least our concrete thing is in good hands. It's actually happening. No workers at the moment over here, so that's going to start ending soon. But we really need... Can we just get some more workers, please? Honestly, 0 workers have come in over here. We just need more workers. What the hell? Well, what I'll do is I will drop the workers for this, so that we just can't do... You're too efficient. So we will drop the workers so you can go and work somewhere else. That's fine. Half your workers. Honestly, you need to go and work somewhere else. Can't get you to come and work on this construction site if there's no materials to be working. Just doesn't make any sense. Okay guys, I think that is where I'm gonna call an end to this episode. We are very slowly producing a little bit of clothing, but that is very slowly. I would like us to start exporting that so we can really make a dent in this and get our economy to work. But the rest of this is actually working quite well. We seem to constantly be harvesting over here now, which is great. I love it. The fact that there's always harvesting going on means that we can keep this at nice and high, so we're not actually importing any crops anymore. This thing can hardly keep up with the pace of action. So no, all of this is doing pretty well. More workers, more workers. Still have like 8 unemployed, but I don't know why we're not seeing them in the places that we need them. This is actually working. This is working now, but still we don't need as many. So no more than 20 over here, buddies. And then this one can increase a little bit more. Yeah, so 20 would be the absolute max. Actually, let's drop it down to 15. We can hardly, let's get people to work the places where we need them to work. Are we seeing some people over here? Are we seeing some people over here? Not quite. Maybe this will allow. Aha, now we're going to start see some people. Excellent. Excellent. They're going to go and work all the spots they need to be working. Nice. So now actually things will start moving along again. Got all of the people we can possibly afford over here. We're waiting on a few more resources, but now this thing will start allowing asphalt to be picked up. Let's see what's coming in over here, and then we'll end the episode. Gravel, and we're seeing some concrete at least. Gravel and concrete, but we still need asphalt to come in as well, and then construction can actually get underway. And what I'll probably need to do is just make sure that we limit the number of workers. We don't want to drain all the workers just for this one spot, but not that we can ever even get 100 guys to come onto site here. We just don't have that kind of workforce. Can we it's all just kind of set. We can't actually get it to do bigger chunks, huh? It'll be a slow development. This is like building a wonder. It's what this is all about. But anyway, we'll leave it there. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked it, tell me that down below. Hit the like button. Tell me what you want us to do next. I mean, this construction over here, this area has been quite significant. There's been a bit of waste over here, but the rest I think is fairly efficient actually. What else do you want us to do? Where do you want us to grow from here? What is the industry that you would like us to see growing next? Okay, thanks for watching. Bye bye.